having a good day. I hope, let's see if the Team Slurp showed up. So shout out to Anthony Oliver. He says, yo, Jack, I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. What up, Lauren Lease? Haven't seen you in a while. Also, I hope everything is going well with you and yours. It's good morning. Hope everyone is having a blessed day. I want to have a conversation today. Just so we can be clear, I want to have a conversation today. So recently, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he did an interview again. It looks like Whack 100 was there. It looks like Hassan Campbell was there. DJ Academics was there. It's probably going to be a pretty good interview. I haven't really heard it. I just heard a couple of things that he said. So, since obviously we're not going to get one over here, we're going to discuss every now and then one of these lives. I'm going to pick a live where we're going to discuss one of the topics that I would have brought up if we would have had an interview with him. And also, wait, should we be saying Passover or Easter? Because I don't celebrate the bunny. So we're going to have a whole conversation today about some of the things that I would have spoken with Tekashi about if I would have gotten the opportunity, especially things that don't even have anything directly to do with the case that he was involved in Treyway. I want to talk more about things in those aspects. The actual case wouldn't have even been the main thing that I would have discussed. And that's the point that I was trying to make when everybody was like, you should get the interview. I was trying to say, well, there's other things I would probably talk to him about other than the actual case. I mean, I would bring up aspects of it, and there's things we would talk about, obviously, if need be. But there's other things that's going on, like his future and things as such, like that you would have, that when you see me do a regular interview with any other artist. With that being said, let's get right to the show. Let's do roll call right now. Why not, right? Shout out to Katie Kim. She says, happy Easter, Passover. I think it's Passover. I think that's what we're supposed to. But shout out to the people that celebrate Easter. I am not one of those individuals that think if I don't celebrate something, you shouldn't. I think that you should do what feels good. I mean, people need to have more happiness in their life, right? And I don't think there's nothing wrong with letting some kids go chase out some eggs that we're gonna paint in color. I remember being 2 and 3 years old and actually painting eggs at my auntie Amy's house, R.I.P. to my auntie Amy. I remember being at her house and painting eggs with all the other kids that, you know, in the age group and everything, when I was like 3 and 4 and things and such like that. So those are all happy memories. Shout out to that. Shout out to Easter. What up, Rude? Don't nobody see them dots. Jones, he says, salute, BBN family. Frost, salute. You already know what it is. What up, Brian Redding says, good morning, Frost. God bless you. God bless all of us. God bless the world. What up, Sebastian Tompkins? He says, good morning, BBN fam. Jack, morning. He's dropping all those Frost, salute. What up, Lex Luger? He says, good morning, BBN. Check this out. I want to say something. This is something that I would have spoken with Tekashi about, and this is a conversation that we're about to currently have. You can have this conversation with any artist at all. It doesn't only have to be Tekashi, but this is the person that I would have had this, because he has a certain perspective that we wouldn't be able to get from anybody else, since this particular situation actually was created to stop him. Okay, the first thing we want to talk about is album sales. Does anybody realize that all the album sales for all the artists went down? Does anybody know when all the album sales for artists started initially plummeting? Before we go any further, I have a whole bunch of stuff written down, by the way. Before we go any further, do y'all remember when artists' record sales started initially plummeting? I'm about to tell you if nobody remembers, but I want to give you an opportunity to weigh in. What up, Brad Parson? I haven't seen you in a while. Salute, my brother. Hope everything is going well. I want to give y'all an opportunity to weigh in, so I'm going to give it a second. But there was a point in time in, I'm not going to say when it was, but there was a point in time where album sales dropped off the charts. Album sales went from being, artists went from normally somebody will drop and they'll do 70K to now they're doing 15, 11. Album sales dropped off the charts. I'm actually going to explain to you some of the artists that it affected the most in a second also. I'm just going to give y'all one more moment. Does anybody remember? I'm going to give y'all one more moment. 5, 4, 3, 2. Do y'all remember when we'll discuss that. Give me 1 minute. We'll discuss that whole thing in one, but give me 1 minute. I'm gonna tell y'all when it happened. Do y'all remember when Tekashi 6ix9ine was about to drop? It was the end of one of those summers, the summer that he came out, right? When he was about to drop, and they said that they were going to change the way that album sales were counted. They said that we're no longer going to allow for you to sell merch and then allow for the albums to be sold with the merch and then allow for those to be counted as album sales. Because this was one of the ways that they were going to stop Tekashi 6ix9ine from having big album sales. So now he can't, go on his rants. They hate when he rants. Coincidentally, can I say something? People always say, don't pay attention to this person, don't pay that attention to that person. But why every time Tekashi rant do some of the biggest artists say something? Because it's not that easy to not pay attention to somebody that's annoying. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not that easy. Stop acting like it's so easy to not pay attention to somebody that is being annoying on an every single day basis. It's not that easy, yo. With that being said, album sales dropped off the charts. No more bundles, no merches like that, right? That's when all of this happened. They enacted that in order to slow down Tekashi. I think that is actually what's hurting these artists. Think about Coi Leray. Coi Leray really isn't an artist. I'm not trying to disrespect her ability to make music. Her music isn't for me. But what she is a billboard like most rappers. Like, no disrespect to Dipset. But when Dipset did the versus battle, what did they look like up there on the stage? They look like billboards, correct? Tell me where I'm wrong. Coi Leray is a billboard. She's a moving billboard that can go from one festival to another. I'm pretty sure at the festivals, she probably sells so much fucking merch and everything, it's probably off the charts. Who knows? The problem that's actually probably occurring is that people aren't feeling her music for whatever the reason might be. She had 2 bangers. She had that one No Party Jump Off. That was a banger, right? But they didn't put that on this current album. She sold something like 11K. The name of the album is Trendsetter. What trends is she setting? I'm not even saying that to be mean. Album sold 11K. If you let the internet and social media tell us freaking Coi Leray, she should have sold way more than 11K, right? I'm just asking. Was what part of the 360 deal Don Critico? What up, Don Critico? It was what part of the 360 deal? Just so I can be clear. I don't know exactly what you're asking me. But Coi Leray, she should have sold more than 11K. Tell me where I'm wrong. You think if they had the bundle, she wouldn't have sold more than 11K? Just consider that for a moment. So by accident, Tekashi 6ix9ine, by no doing of his own, has actually defeated the fucking industry. By no doing of his own. All he was doing was using the mechanisms that were already put in place that people previously had used in order to be able to keep his career going and to skyrocket it. He wasn't doing anything that anybody else wasn't doing. Now, I'm not trying to be make excuses. I'm literally just breaking down how the industry has destroyed itself. Industries always, first of all, okay, so when you realize that businesses, when you realize that businesses make money by getting loans, that so they never actually really ever playing with their own money. They're literally getting loans to then loan the money out to other people at higher rates. So you just got to understand what you're getting involved in. Real quick. A lot of these rappers that's dying, are they signed or are they unsigned? Or are they just recently signed? I'm just going to leave that alone. Keep it going. Rue Jones says, Rue don't nobody see them dots Jones says, you're right, Frost. You all right, Frost. Academics keeps reminding Coi Leray her first week went from 11K. It's now 9K. And he laughs because she double interview from him. Now he's saying that's what happened to you rappers. I'm going to say something real quick. We're going to stay on Coi Leray. But I want to, and next we're going to talk about 42 Dugg for 1 second, and I'm going to get on Fivio Foreign. Yeah, but streaming only counts for, you know how many streams you got to get to have one complete album sale? Go find that out before you, go find out how many streams you got to get before you could get one complete album sale. I'm not saying it hasn't did anything to the game. I'm just saying understand that when you're in a 360 deal, when you don't own your YouTube page, it's different. If the artist owns their YouTube page, then boom, the streams is helping, they're killing. If you don't own your YouTube page, it's different. I'm going to explain something to you. Casanova 2 times had a deal with someone. I don't know who he had his deal with, Rock Nation or whoever, right? He said, I don't know if this is true, but he said they was giving him like 10K a month, and because they was running his, they was giving him like 10K a month because they were running his YouTube channel. I looked at the numbers on his YouTube channel. He would have been making more than 10K a month off of his YouTube channel. So they was giving, listen, this is crazy. They was giving, listen, this is bananas. They was giving, they were giving Casanova 10K a month. They was just going to run his YouTube channel. And I looked at the numbers on his YouTube channel. He was making more than 10K a month. So you got to understand what business really is. Sometimes you pay people to deal with shit you don't want to deal with, but if you deal with it, you get more money. But what's more valuable, money or time? Now, with that being said, Coi Leray did, now you're saying 9K first week, and she dubbed the interview from academics. I can't express this enough. You should not turn down an interview because the platform is small or large. You should not turn down an interview because you do or don't like a person. You should only turn down an interview if you do not believe that the interviewer is gonna treat you fair during the interview. If you do not think that the interviewer is gonna treat you fair during the interview, then that is a real reason to turn down an interview. Because that small interviewer that nobody's not interviewing with might have incredible skills. Or y'all might just have great chemistry and you might put together a great piece of work. Spades De Niro says, she dubbed academics to get clowned on the Breakfast Club. They straight up told her nobody listens to her music. She has TikTok music. People hear her snippets. Tell me where I'm wrong. People listen to a good 15 seconds. Shout out to Coi Leray. I am not trying to be disrespectful to that young lady. I'm pretty sure she works hard as hell. She looks like she's stressed out. She doesn't understand why she's not getting the love that she would like to get. And I would say mostly because I don't think anybody thinks anything going on with her is genuine. I don't feel like she gives a genuine. I don't feel genuine coming from her. It feels like everything she's doing to me. You could put it in the chat, but it feels like to me everything she's doing looks created and like it's facade. So I think she has to figure out a way to get out from under that. When she figures out a way to get out from under that. Troy Street says Coi Leray is going to have to sacrifice. What a Troy Street? Troy Street said Coi Leray is going to have to sacrifice Benzino. I hope she's not on that type of time. I hope not. I hope that's not the kick. That's not the situation. But I don't think she is currently has the team. I think she has a great team behind her, but the team that she has behind her isn't pushing towards what will possibly help her towards success. But what they're doing incredible things. So there's no knock on the team that's behind her. Everything they're doing should win. She dubbed Acadea. Everything they're doing should win. Rock Nation, a label or management group, a government agency. Joy Street is stupid. Yeah, these dudes should win. Just so we could be clear, like she should win. You understand? Don't she got a Nicki Minaj feature? How's she doing only 9K? I ain't got time for this. We gotta move on to 42 Dugg real quick. So 42 Dugg, first week, who did 42 Dugg just drop an album with? Didn't he drop an album with somebody? It's him and somebody. Anyway, first week he did 26K. 42 Dugg. These are the dudes that everybody is pretending like they're incredible artists. I mean, I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but a lot of these dudes is mid, and that's a fact. And it doesn't matter how much money some of these freaking people put behind them. They're mid. Some of them, their lyrics might be dope, but when you look at them, they mid. Tell me where I'm wrong. I got all the problems in the world, and people are still jealous of me. That's insane. These niggas is mid. These dudes is mid. I got all the problems in the world. Motherfuckers is still jealous of me. Do any of y'all want to be 42 Dugg? I'm not saying have his money, just so we could be clear. I'm not saying have his money or have his position. I'm saying do any of y'all want to be him? Look like him? Dance like him? Dress like him? Do any of y'all want to be him? Troy Street says, I only like Fivio on features. To be honest, salute. I agree with you. That's why Fivio's album is almost all features. Fivio has how many songs on his album? Like 17? Like 14 of them is like features? He don't even like songs with only him on it. they're like, yo, Fivio, what you think about this song? He's only one on it. He's like, it's missing something. We need another person. Get my phone, stat. Fivio don't even like songs with only him on it. How many songs do Fivio got on his album with only him? Well, I'm not trying to disrespect Fivio. I'm just, shout out to Fivio. I actually like him, and I think he's a dope-ass fucking artist, to be honest with you. His cadence is absolutely superb. I think Fivio Foreign has some of the best cadence in hip-hop history. I think his cadence is superb. I don't think he's the best rapper by far, but I think his cadence is superb. I love his cadence. But he doesn't even like songs with only him on it. And I think it's because the way he raps, he needs other people on the music with him to be respectful, to be respectful. I agree. I like him better with features. But there's a lot of artists we like better with features that's dope as shit, so that's not even really a disrespect. Fivio label gonna have to recoup after all these features. Yes, he has a shitload of features. He's not making no money off this album. Hold on. He's not making no money off this album. Fivio Foreign sold 29K first week. He's not making no money off his album. Nigga got like 20 features. The dudes was like, who we gonna get as a feature? And they was just, they were just throwing darts. There was a board over there. It was just, boom, there we go. We got one right there. Get a track together. Like, what the fuck, yo? Shout out to that shit. Also, just to be perfectly honest, I don't think Fivio Foreign can call himself the king of New York because he has way too many features on his album. How many features did Nas have on his first album? How many features did Jay have on his first album? How many features did Big have on his first album? Is this fair? I'm asking, is this fair? I'm not even disrespecting the dude. I'm just talking from a real unbiased standpoint. The people that we talking about are some of the greatest rappers of all time. How many features did they have on their first album? How many features did Tupac have on his first album? I'm just asking. How many features did KRS-One have? How many features have Rakim ever had? Like him, he's like, man, I don't even do people on the track with me. Fuck wrong with you? 6ix9ine Tattletale's album did better than Fivio Foreign's album, and 6ix9ine had everything stripped from him. You are actually speaking a 100% bona fide fact. Pure album sales for 6ix9ine's album was somewhere between 53,000 and 55,000. And that's with them taking away. Remember, initially he sold something like 150,000, and then they said, nah, the bundles don't count. And then he sold pure sales. It went all the way down to like 30,000, and his pure sales went back up to somewhere between like 53 and 55K. No, but I'm not comparing the old to the new. I didn't compare albums. I just said whether people have features or not. You do understand how comparing albums work, right? And characteristics, right? You can compare characteristics from any genre. You trying to tell me you can't compare characteristics because of... I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving it alone. I'm not going to go into a 5-minute jokes about this shit. I'm going to leave it alone and stay on what we're talking about. His album is almost like him making the mainstream. Team Slurp vibes, yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm leaving it alone. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm leaving it alone. Like I told y'all, who wanna be fucking 42 Dugg? Tell me who wants to be 42 Dugg? I was comparing characteristics. I don't know what that guy's talking about. Let's stay on topic. Fivio Foreign sold. Yo, can we slap some haters this morning? We ain't slapped haters all week. Can we slap some haters this morning? Can we slap some haters this morning? We ain't slapped no haters all week. We ain't slapped no haters all week. Somebody throw the Cash App in the chat. Yeah, my dude, who the fuck wants to be 42 Dugg? I don't even think I've ever heard a song from him. Shout out to that guy. Does he want to play basketball? Oh, I'm sorry and shit, because I know he's short. I mean, it don't matter if he was tall, but, you know, whatever. Shout out to that guy. I hope all of the things. Fivio Foreign had Nicki Minaj on his album. He had fucking Kanye, Alicia Keys, Neo, Lil Yachty, Quavo. How the hell he only selling 29K? Can somebody explain that to me? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm on some real shit. Remember, this guy said he's the king of New York. He sold 29K. Every single person in the fiefdom pulled up. And he still ain't do numbers. I want to know what's going on. Also, he had billboards everywhere. He had billboards everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. All over Times Square. So I'm assuming they were everywhere else also. What in the hell? Okay, so that was good, Troy Street. 2 Chainz? Well, 2 Chainz is a beast. 2 Chainz is so underrated. 2 Chainz is one of the... 2 Chainz, I would like to see 2 Chainz just be flaming somebody. I think if 2 Chainz was in a roasting session, it's just gonna be... It's gonna be smoke happening. It's gonna be dope as shit. I just want to see 2 Chainz roasting a motherfucker. Shout out to 2 Chainz. I just want to see 2 Chainz just roasting somebody. He funny as shit. Shout out to 2 Chainz. He got balls. Alright, I'll check it out when I get an opportunity. Somebody came in here and said, I think she sold 11K. Somebody came in here and said she sold 9K. So I was corrected. She sold 9K. I think I jumped in the wrong car. You jumped in the absolutely wrong car. Peace, Joe. Don Critical says 2 Chainz been best rapper post COVID. 2 Chainz, I'm gonna say something that's so funny because I never actually known that I was listening to 2 Chainz for a long time. But I like all of 2 Chainz verses I've ever heard. Every 2 Chainz verse I've ever heard has been fucking spectacular. And he just goes and he makes his money and he minds his business. I want to be 2 Chainz. I mean, I don't literally want to be 2 Chainz. I'm dope as shit. But like, that is the lane. I want to be able to make my money and then sit back and enjoy my... Well, I don't got a family, but if I have one, I want to be able to sit back and enjoy them. I guess I'll sit back and enjoy my things. That's... You do what you can do. Got a question. Anybody here thinks Fivio Foreign is the king of New York? Can we hit that like button if y'all don't mind? I'd appreciate it. Can we at least hit the like button? Anybody here think Fivio Foreign the king of New York? I'm curious. Anyone, even one person. Is there even one person here saying Fivio Foreign is the king of New York? Anybody saying different? You niggas can eat a Johnson. Is there anybody in here saying that? I'm curious. Sebastian Tompkins says no, he is nowhere near the king of New York. Also, do you see anybody trying to be like Fivio Foreign? I'm curious. But I guess that would have to go more to if you live in New York City and you're walking in the streets and you can see how people... So that's not fair. I'm not going to even say that. He's the king of Meek Millen vibes? What the fuck? What's that mean? Hating vibes? Blazing Blackwoods podcast, salute. He says, salute BB and good morning to everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. Salute. Nay, he ain't the king, but he definitely one of the biggest rappers. I'm going to agree. Young M-Way been king since 2018, for real, for real. Shout out to Street, Choice Street. Young M-May, another person. Go take care of their business, fly under the radar. You got to appreciate this type of shit. What up, Melatonin Network? I saw your name earlier, but I think I was ranting. Shout out to Maryland Melatonin Network. He says, Pico Slim believes Fivio is the king of New York now. Course he took Pop Smoke's place. I mean, Pop Smoke was also doing numbers though, right? Hood-wise, maybe, but industry-wise, no. Hood-wise, maybe. I agree. Fivio move shit. Also, I'm gonna let you know right now, Eric Adams. I'm gonna let you know right now, Fivio, he moves shit. Don't get it confused. For everybody that's not in New York City, Fivio moves shit. The club is jumping. Fivio pull up. It's a party. You understand? It's a party. When Fivio pull up, it's a party. So understand that. So I'm not taking none of that away from the brother. That's why when he was saying, you know, the people fuck with you. When Fivio pull up to the club, everybody pop out. You understand what I'm saying? As far as I know. One Nation Entertainment says, nah, I like Fivio and one of the biggest come-outs in New York, but he still got work to do. I feel like Pop Smoke would be the king if he was still alive. I agree Pop Smoke would be the king of New York if he was still alive at this point. Pop Smoke's first album, I don't even think it would have came out in that way if he would have still been alive. I think a lot of those songs that was on his first albums would have been features on other people's albums. I think that's what people... you get it? Go check out... Listen to Pop Smoke's first album again. I believe a lot of those songs were going to be features on other people's albums. They weren't supposed to be on his album. But he passed away, so therefore they put all the songs on his album. Because it was going to be a classic. And that's why his album has so many features. And that's why his album probably... This is why I believe his album has so many features. And why his album also has so many, like, you know, songs that you know, aren't necessarily hardcore songs. I'm not saying I have an opinion of who King of New York. I think Jadakiss is King of New York. Somebody beat him in the verses. Blazing back, obviously, for the generation of rappers that's now, he can't be the King of New York. But as far as with the GOATs, I'm saying Jadakiss 100% has to be mentioned with the GOATs of hip-hop. If you're not mentioning Jadakiss, or better yet, if Jadakiss' name comes up while the GOATs are being discussed and you poo-poo it away, you are not hip-hop. In my opinion. Death Crisis says, facts, if Pop Smoke was alive, he would have won the crown, had the crown. I believe that. Blake says, MV Kane runs New York. You already know the gangsters run it. Okay, we're talking about. Okay. So Livewire says you have a couple of platinum or gold albums to be king in New York, not 2 or 3 hot singles. You know what? I'm gonna agree with you, but I think it's a little bit more than that. But I do understand your point. But I do think it's a little bit more than that. I think that you do have to have impact. I think that the streets do gotta fuck with you, not just the industry. I think the streets gotta fuck with you. I think the fiefdom gotta fuck with you. The kingdom gotta fuck with you. That's a fact, and I think that that's basically what Fivio was saying. Why he believes himself to be the king in New York, because right now there's probably no rapper in New York that could make niggas pop out like Fivio. I'm assuming. I haven't been to any of these clubs that he go to. I pull up at one of them one of these times, if possible. And we'll see what it look like. I'm not one that really cares or looks at whether there's a king in New York or not. I think rappers care more about shit like that than I do. You think it's more rowdy than Fivio? Death says Jadakiss is not king, he's emperor. Yo, look. I think a lot of these new rappers should try to claim to be Prince, not king. I think realistically, the king of New York has to be somebody who's a vet. That's why I agree with the 2 to 3 albums. By now, how long does it take most of these artists to put out 2 or 3 studio albums? They're not fucking DMX. DMX put out 2 studio albums in 1 year. A lot of these artists, they're not putting out 2 studio albums in 3 years. You understand? So maybe these artists should stop talking about King in New York and start talking about Prince in New York. That's just the way I feel about it. So when you say 2 or 3 albums, you're right, but we gotta wait 6, 7 years into an artist is into their career. They're already talking about they're the fucking king of New York before 6 or 7 years even come. Can't wait that long. Somebody should just do that. Like, fucking, I'm the prince. Don't nobody else claim to be the prince. You be the first person claiming to be the prince. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is doing it. Who the fuck is claiming to be the prince except for fucking Will Smith? Nobody is claiming to be the prince in New York. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If I was actually working with an artist or something shit like that, or if an artist actually pulled up to me on the side and was just like, yo, look, Jack, we all gotta eat. Boom. Here's some bucks. We're gonna make sure that you straighten your situation so you could grow your shit. We just need a little bit of consultation every now and then. Not a problem. Pull up. I give you all the consultation. I got some great ideas ain't nobody using. Believe me, I don't say most of my ideas here. I probably say like 2-3% of my ideas here at the most. Most of the time I keep my ideas to myself. I don't even write them shits down. So you think the 6ix9ine drop has a win, or people wanted to hear him saying the next song don't do big numbers? I think this song was a win because it's a good song. It's a 6ix9ine song. It's his energy. Whatever that shit it sounded like that they was about to put out, don't know about it. Second, they learned something. They got small areas because they didn't have big groups of people. So I'm going to give all of you rappers a tutorial, and all of you videographers a tutorial. Stop doing this. Stop going and shooting videos in big giant parks when you only got 15 people with you. So if you only got 15 people with you, you need a little small congested area so it can look packed. That way, whatever the fuck you doing, it look lit. When y'all go into these big ass fucking areas and these huge ass arenas, and you got 10 people jumping around, it don't really look like it's popping. So when he shot that video in front of that building, it had a different aesthetic to it because, one, it was broad daylight and you could see people didn't have that right energy with them. That's one. Two, it had a real big area over there and the area wasn't filled up with people. You see, when they did that shit for Gummo and they had that big ass area and this shit was packed with a shitload of people, that was a different energy. That was so much energy, people really didn't have to move. You felt it. People could just chill and lamp. and you felt the energy. But when we see the front of that building, when a couple of people and some of the people don't really look like they want to be there for whatever the reason is, and it's a different energy. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So a lot of artists, a lot of videographers can learn from that. They fix that, and then they also, I think they use the fisheye lens also, which also helps. I think they use the fisheye lens, but what you can do is you can also use the fisheye lens to help, and it'll also help it look a little bit more like there's more people in the background because it's gonna switch the. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. I'm just giving away way too much information again for free. Anyway, they could any artist could always contact me. Small artists contact me. Big artists contact me. Small budget contact me. Big budget contact me. You don't even gotta let people know you spoke to me. I'll give you ideas and you can go do what you want to do with them. 6ix9ine visual is good. The song was trash. Keep rapping gangsters. Which song and which visuals are you talking about? Just so we could be clear. They're like Casanova 2-time ratting and still trying to be gangster. Casanova 2-time ratted. I don't know that he ratted as of yet. But if he did rat, that would not be gangster. Did he rat? I know before he got locked up, he felt the need to tell us how gangster he was, knowing that he was about to go to jail, where he was going to then have to try to convince people he didn't do crimes. So, I don't know what to tell you. I would have walked into the damn prison and been like, I'm a whole gentleman. There's nothing more gentleman. There's no more of a gentleman than me. Slap me in the face and turn the other cheek. I would have did everything. I would have did everything. I'm just telling you. It would have been, I would have did everything. I don't know what to tell you. I would have did everything. It would have been like, the niggas would have really been like, yo, what the fuck is going on with this guy? I wouldn't have walked into the jail where now I'm trying to tell people that I didn't commit crimes. I wouldn't have walked in there and said I'm a gangster. I'm being framed. I would have said everything else. What the hell? So I would have said nothing. I wouldn't even have taped it. How about that? I would have just been locked up. People would have just been like, yeah, they would have just had me locked up. That would have just been it. I wouldn't have taped it, nothing. That wasn't very smart. They might literally use that in court. You understand? Like, they might literally go, this is evidence that he isn't even remorseful of his crimes. This is him walking into the jail to turn himself in. I'm a gangster. He's not even remorseful. Understand? They should have had you on the podcast with 6ix9ine, Act 100, Hassan Campbell. I think they should do what they think that they should do. Spades De Niro says, yo, Jack, look at the clips of 6ix9ine interview. It look crazy. I'll check the clips out. I may drop a couple of videos throughout the day today. I'll check the clips out. We dropped a couple of videos yesterday. Go check those videos out. I'm going to start dropping videos like that during the day. Like the videos that you saw me drop the other day. I think I dropped 2. If you got any topics I think I should address, start sending me this stuff. I'm going to start dropping videos like that. Be on the lookout. Please be on the lookout. I don't know what to tell you. I'm looking real quick to put the name of the video. Pardon me, because I stopped talking. I know that could be aggravating. I dropped 2 videos the other day. One of them is Fivio Foreman says 6ix9ine can't be king in New York. And the other one is Bankroll Freddy arrested for speeding in a Bankroll Freddy. He's not coming out. He's not coming home no time soon. If Bankroll Freddy comes home, y'all can call him a snitch. Yeah, Bankroll Freddy comes home. Y'all can call him a snitch. He got caught fucked up. Somebody snitched on him. Somebody snitched on Bankroll Freddy. For everybody that don't know, Bankroll Freddy is a rapper. He's in Arkansas. He was driving in a car. They said he was speeding, so they pulled him over. And when they pulled him over, he had 21 pounds of marijuana in the car. And he had 171, a whole lot of promethazine in the car also, just so we could be clear. So he's really, really in trouble. Champagne Poppy says, "Oh, 6ix9ine said we are not gangsters, we stand up men." Yeah, I mean, you should want to be a stand up man, just so we could be clear. Like, should want to be a stand up man. That should be an objective of every male. I mean, it's not, but it should be. People want to be everything else. You just gotta, sit back and gotta allow it. You can't get too, can't really feel away. You can't get angry. To a degree, you just gotta understand it. Just let shit be. Also, shout out to Mr. Vaughn. Shout out to Oceanic Vibes, coming a member again since close content. Just got the notification. Appreciate you, Oceanic Vibes. He has at least 2.8 pounds over legal limit. Yes, he's done. He's done. And then not even talking about the lean he had. He's done. These guys is done. No, I didn't see the new clip of the 6ix9ine, but I'll check it out. He's done. I did a video on it. Y'all should go check it out. He's done. Like, he's finished. Like, I'm going to explain something. This is just my opinion, and I could 100% be wrong. Don't get this confused. But y'all niggas is getting snitched on. I'm telling you, y'all getting snitched on. So he just driving, and all of a sudden he was speeding, and all of the police was there. They got video of it. It's like a ton of police there. All of the police got there? All of the police. He in the middle of Arkansas somewhere on the road. All of the police get there? Nah, they was watching him, and then they waited for him to make a traffic mistake, and then they stopped him and they pulled him over. That's it. Yeah, somebody snitched on him. I'm telling you. I don't need to be there to know that. That's why I be like, what the fuck? So you was just driving, and then at the moment that, I mean, maybe he was just driving reckless. Boom. But why all of the police are there? Why were there so many police there at that time? He was driving reckless. Okay, I got you. But why so many police was there? Is that fair? Anyway, back to the King of New York conversation. I want to say something else real quick. And this is what I mean by Tekashi 6ix9ine might have single-handedly beaten the industry. Now, when I say the industry, I'm not talking about unsigned rappers. I'm not talking about unsigned rappers. When I say the industry, I'm specifically talking about the people who are on 360 deals. Specifically. And the people who pay them. Shout out to Oceanic Vibes. Said 6ix9ine views are all bots from that farm they have at NYC. I'm not even talking about 6ix9ine views at this point, Oceanic Vibes, just so we can be clear. I'm talking about the lack of album sales from other artists. You just got here, so you don't know. Coi Leray, 9K first week. Projected 11K. I think I'm hearing she did 9K first week. 42 Dugg, 26K first week. Fivio Foreign, 29K first week. NBA Youngboy and DaBaby, 29K first week. This isn't about his album sales. His album sales have nothing to do with this. His streams have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm specifically talking about the fact that because now they don't allow bundles, it's affecting all the other artists that they base their careers off of being able to bundle merch with their music to be able to make to inflate their ticket sales. What's up, What You Jacking TV? We got 73 people in here. Can we hit that like button, please, and send out some notifications? What up, KC? He says, what up, Jack? I'm here. We talking to Cashies. Well, we're talking movie industry and the effect that something that people did in the music industry in order to stop Tekashi 6ix9ine is actually hurting them. Once again, Fivio foreign 29K. Oceanic Vibe says it sucks that they didn't count sales from bundles, even if it's a $200 bundle. Look, I'm going to explain to y'all something real quick, stop. They have to figure out new ways to market artists now. Y'all know that, right? They have to figure out a new way to market artists. The way that they had previously was marketing artists allowed for them to market artists as billboards, which then all they had to do was sell, or they had to do was sell the shit that the artist was wearing. So they just get some dope ass clothes, they put it on a pretty person, an attractive person, and then now when that person wear those clothes, when you go to wherever that thing is and you purchase that merch, you're also buying an album. Now this isn't a capability. So now these big ass billboards that they have, they can't validate you going and buying the fucking merch, because they can't say that this person is actually popular, because now instead of them selling 78,000 a first week, they're selling 9. Why? Because they didn't want Tekashi to benefit from this. Live Wire says, yeah, Troy Ave sells his own merchandise. He makes his own clothes from his house. Yes. It's super smart. That's why this doesn't affect the Troy Ave. This doesn't affect them. What up, Anthony Oliver? Haven't seen you in a while. Salute. I'm not sure if you're just trying to make fun of me, but I don't care. The outlet said there's a loophole around this, but that info is not free. Invest in your future and lawyer up. Not sure which loophole you're talking about, but definitely get a lawyer. Oceanic Vibe says Kanye didn't chart, but I bet he made more money off the bundle than he did selling 100K. Should count as a bundle. 6ix9ine going to chart again because this is going to cause change in the industry. First of all, Kanye started selling that fucking device that was like $200 a pop. So I don't think he cares about whether he charted or not. Casey Emmanuel says academics got Tekashi and Hassan Campbell Whack 100 on a podcast. Looks viral. Yes, I saw a little bit. You sent me a little clip of it. We'll talk about it at some point. Hassan going up. Salute. Salute to everyone going up. Shout out to Hassan Campbell. Oceanic Vibe says, God is great, paper straight. That's a fact. Salute. That's one of the best sayings in hip-hop, by the way. Shout out to Black Huddy. Salute to the Black Spades. It's Morning Jacks. So all these... First of all, can we stop for a second? Who told y'all that everybody's album sales was going to drop like this? Did somebody tell y'all everybody's album sales was going to drop like this? I'm a wild card. Nobody knows what to expect if I show up. I'm not going to make it on any panels like that. Also, Hassan is there. I'm going to say a thing. Hassan is there because his community support. Period. That's why Hassan is there. Alright? So Hassan, they don't got Hassan there because Hassan Campbell is a great orator. He's not a bad orator. I'm not trying to knock him. Hassan Campbell is there because he has an excellent community. Period. That's it. Let's just call it what it is. Let's stop acting like it's anything else. Let's call it what it is. Alright? I don't got that kind of... It would hurt what they were doing to invite me to their platform. I wouldn't. If I was them, I wouldn't do it. it doesn't matter what positive thing I can bring. I don't have no. Anyway. Yeah, he should get support from the LGBTQ community. There's a lot of people in that community that have to deal with attacks of the sexual nature. So he should get support from that community. It makes sense. He doesn't have to be a part of that community in the manner of him still participating in that type of sexual gratification, but he should be a part of that community. There's a lot of people that's probably a part of their community or sympathizers or whatever that were attacked at some point or another. They should support him. Absolutely. How would you hurt the case like nobody else? Reach out to Whack on Clubhouse and interview and network, bro. I hate it. And Oliver hit it on target. Really hate it. I don't know if the LGBTQ community supports Hassan Campbell, but if I was to cop Hassan Campbell, I would reach out, not necessarily like to the LGBTQ community specifically, but he should reach out. Like, he could 100% be a proponent speaking for survivors. I mean, I don't know what kind of stories is gonna come out for what happened in the past, so that might not be something that he wanna. That might not be a stone he wanna overturn. Yo, once you reach a certain level of fame, why would you even need a mayor when you can literally push your own major when you can literally push your product yourself? Oh, I agree with you. I think if we're talking about Troy Ave situation, I think Troy Ave situation. See, when you have support, you can do things. When you don't have support, you can't. So Troy Ave has a really, really strong community over there. Salute to the brother. And so that allows for him to be able to make certain moves. When you don't have support, you just can't make certain moves. There's just certain things you just can't do. You're limited. And then by you then being limited, people are going to think you're lazy. People are going to think all these other things about you. So just so we can be clear, people are going to think everything in the world about you. You understand what I'm saying? But in reality, you just lack resources. And you kind of fucked up. And people are going to swear everything else. That's like when you go play basketball and you got the person, when you go play baseball and you got the person with the perfect, nice bat, and you got the nice cleats on, you got the nice glove broken in nice, and you got the nice outfit, and you got the other guy that his bat is all about to fall apart. His cleats, he don't even got cleats on, he playing in fucking slides or some shit. It's like it's different. You're gonna get different results. Casey says, what you think of the song 6ix9ine preview for his crew, that his crew made? Sounds good to me. That dude, he keep getting ready, really close to, he been with 6ix9ine ever since he was famous, look like old friends. Well, shout out to whoever. Whatever, I think at this point in 6ix9ine's life, he probably has to keep only people close to him that can be trusted. It's hard to know who to trust because a lot of the people you can't trust are going to be the people who was with you when you had nothing. A lot of the people that you can't trust because they're going to be looking at you and say, why him, not me, or why her, not me. So the fact that he still has this person around him, I don't remember seeing the person before, too tough. But the person's around now, so salute to that. It's probably some of the people that got pushed out of the way when he started dealing with Treyway. It's probably some of them. So, shout out to that. That's all commendable. No, it's the morning. I didn't eat breakfast yet. Why? I didn't eat anything today. It's the morning. I don't always eat breakfast before the show. But I'm assuming you came in here to have make some kind of joke of some kind. So salute to that. I appreciate the joke. I should eat though. I was thinking about it. Because I went to the store, I was like, I should get like a fucking pastry. And I was like, nah. But if you want to buy me breakfast, you somebody put the cash app in the chat. I think she said she want to buy me breakfast. What up, Gunju? Salute. He says 1,500 streams is 10 songs equal 1 album sale. Boom. Thank you, Ganju Roach. For everybody that don't know why he's saying that, earlier in the show, I had said how many streams average an album sale. Ganju is our resident, basically industry guy. He's one of our resident industry guys. He says 1,500 streams equal 10 songs, 1 album. Boom. Now we know. Gaming says, bro, hating on 42 Dugg, calling him mid because the numbers. Your show might be mid based off of numbers. Okay. My show's worse than mid. How about that? I do you one better. That doesn't change the fact that 42 Dugg, his rap style is mid. Whatever you say about me doesn't change that fact. You know what? My show's the worst show ever in the history of shows. How about that? That still wouldn't change the fact that 42 Dugg is mid. You saying something bad about me doesn't change that. Yeah, Shades and Nira says pastry with a coffee. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about pastry with a coffee. I didn't say anything about buying anything from a deli. What are you talking about? I said a pastry. I literally said a pastry. What the fuck? KC says, I told you, people don't listen to me when I talk. KC says he got 3 people on that song. Ayo Jack, what you think about the clap back to Fivio Forum by 6ix9ine? He said Fivio not woo. He said, what about OBMJD? OMB, definitely Team Slurp. You got that right, Spades De Niro. Team Slurp all the way up in here. I told you I haven't been kicking them as long as they're not saying nothing disrespectful to me. Shout out to Prince to Amir putting the cash app. Shout out to Prince to Amir pulling up to the chat. He said hit that like button. No, if I was an NBA player, I wouldn't even think about starting my own league. Why would you do that? I would not do that. Anyway, back to the actual conversation. So, the topic of the show has been 6ix9ine has effectively defeated the industry because 6ix9ine calls for the industry to implode on itself. Who here thinks that 42 Dugg is a fire rapper? Who thinks 42 Dugg is a good rapper? Who thinks 42 Dugg is better than mid? Put fire in the comment section, please. I want to know right now. Who thinks 42 Dugg is better than mid? Put it in the comment section. I'd like to know. What up, First Class Empire? Salute. What is today? Easter and Passover? What is Passover? I know I'm saying Easter. It's another holiday that in the Bible actually today also. I don't know why I keep saying Passover. I don't know why I keep saying it. What's the biblical holiday? Why I keep saying Passover? I know it's not Passover. I don't know why I keep saying it. It's when Jesus was resurrected from the dead, but that's not Passover. It's when Jesus was resurrected, but that's not Passover. I don't know why I can't. Sometimes my brain just forget. KC says 40. Okay, 4 slats said he's garbage. KC says he's fire. Livewire says 42 and Dugg and Fivio are mud. I like Fivio. I can't make a poll without the computer. That's the only problem, Prince to me. I wish I could. I don't have my computer's broke. I wish I could. 42 Dugg and Little Dude with the big belly. Yeah, we're not gonna disrespect the way the man looks though. Shout out to James S. He says Happy Easter, salute. Etheric God says it's obvious we do not comprehend what Passover is about. Well, yeah, well, for everybody that don't know what Passover is, I mean, I can explain. And I'll go into a whole nother tangent that don't got nothing to do with the video, and then people will be upset at me. / says Grand Rising outlets. Of course he is. Go to the library. I think 42 Dugg is mid. I'm sorry. The fact that somebody has a big belly isn't the point that's disrespectful. The fact that you thought that you needed to point it out shows that you don't have character or candor that I would say would equate somebody to be a lady or a gentleman. But I do appreciate you feeling the need to disrespect that man unnecessarily. You see, when people come in and they talk crazy, I don't joke with them. And then later on, when they say a joke, they wonder why I don't joke with them. Because earlier you was talking crazy, so I don't joke with you. I ain't kick you. I'm just not gonna joke with you. That energy. What up, High Noon? We got High Noon in here. He says he's double trash. All of the trashiness. He's like, we've been boiling up 42 Duggs for years and throwing them in a receptacle bin. I'm not saying he's trash. He's mid to me, man. At best. He says 42 Dugg don't have a big belly. It's Pee Wee Longway. I don't know if he got a big belly or not. I don't think it was important. I just didn't think it was a need for Jess to say that. Like, why are you coming at 42 Dugg for? We already making fun of that the guy is not that good of a rapper. You gonna make fun of the way he looked too? Could he have anything? I already made a short joke. I made one short joke already. I wasn't gonna go back to the well. One short joke already. Not going back to the well. Do y'all remember when albums would drop and like people would sell 140,000, 150,000, 100,000, like on a regular, like 80,000, 70,000? Why now everybody's selling 20,000, 11,000, 8,000? KC says, I can't believe I say this, but Lil Yachty sounded hard on Fivio Foreign Sound Salami. I'm pretty sure Fivio Foreign's album is good. I don't think it's bad. I'm pretty sure it's a good album. I'm pretty sure it's really a good album. Just so we could be clear. I don't think Fivio Foreign is. I think Fivio Foreign has a good album. I haven't even heard it, but I've heard Fivio Foreign before. And he has all of those features. I'm pretty sure all the features is good. I think they actually tried to go with the same formula like with Pop Smoke. When Pop Smoke album had a ton of features. But I think Pop Smoke's album had a ton of features just due to the fact that some of those songs was probably supposed to be on other people's albums, but he passed away, so they put them on his song. I mean, Pop Smoke. Fivio Foreign, I believe, tried to use the same exact formula where they put a whole bunch of features on his album because he was trying to have a Pop Smoke type album. Spades the Nervous said Yachty sounded better than Fivio. Yachty's nice. Yachty's nice. Shout out to Prince to Amir. He says R.I.P. to Ugis, right eye. You had to stop the fight. Somebody had asked me, I think while the fight was going on, who I had picked. I picked Spence. They stopped the fight in the 10th. Ugis's eye was just. Let me see if there's a picture of it real quick. So I can't even explain this shit. This shit was terrible. That nigga look like Rocky, yo. It look like he about to say, cut me. Look like he about to say, cut me. Why he look like how Japanese people look in anime? Oh man, but yeah, so that looks terrible. They had to stop the fight. I keep telling you about spins, man. It's like a truck. KC says, listen to the song Later Jack Slime Them. I'll listen to it. Lil Yachty does sound good on the drill song, not gonna lie. I ain't even a Yachty fan like that. I'm just honest. I don't got it on live chat. Most likely they chill. Whoever you're talking to is most likely just capping. Yeah, they didn't see me. You probably know where you saw me last night? On live. You saw me on the live last night, I promise you. What up, Ray Dream Chasers? It's top of the morning. Salute. You saw me on the live last night. A whole bunch of people did. I appreciate everybody watching me on the live this morning. I want everybody to raise it. I wish I could do a poll. I can't do a poll. If I could, I would. I want everybody to raise their hand that agree that the industry shot itself in the foot when they changed that policy about bundles to hurt Tekashi. Do you think that the industry shot themselves in the foot? You do not think the industry shot themselves in the foot. You think the industry shot themselves in the foot? You do not think the industry shot themselves in the foot. Damn, that shit, I look terrible, yo. Ali was just running into his hand. I want to know who agrees. I think that, and I told y'all this was going to backfire. Who remembers me saying that this shit was going to backfire? I told y'all this shit was going to backfire. Who remembers me telling y'all this shit is going to backfire? They're going to hurt their own selves. I told y'all this. Prince Tuamir says, I'm not qualified to vote for lack of knowledge on the topic. Ray Dream Chaser says that's why he waited. Remember when I told y'all this when they first started, when the policy first was enacted? Shout out to Sebastian Tompkins. Appreciate you. When the fucking thing first got enacted, I said, they're going to hate this. I said, that's how most of these artists sell their albums. They go to the festivals, and that's why the festivals are beneficial to them. Because when they go to the festivals and they sell the merch, they get album sales. That's what I was telling y'all. Now they can't go sell the merch to go get their album sales. And now you got Coi Leray selling 9 albums because 9K albums because people think her clothes look better than they think her music sound. You understand? I told y'all this when the shit happened. I hate the fact that I got all of these I told you so moments sometimes. I mean, I like that they exist, but sometimes I hate the fact that there's so many I told you so moments because we just had like 4 or 5 I told you so moments in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it always sounds like I'm just saying I'm a know-it-all. I don't have a record label, and I don't want to start a record label, and I don't think I already have the correct answer. But I think that if everyone is using a mechanism and you want to stop one person from using that mechanism and everybody is using it, so you destroy the mechanism so that one person can't use it, that means everybody can't use it. So everybody is going to suffer. That's not me knowing everything. That's just fucking cause and effect. That's not me knowing anything about the music industry. That's literally just cause and effect. That's me understanding when one thing happens, sometimes it causes another thing to happen. Yo, I'm sorry, but sometimes I be thinking something sounds so logical, and then when a person don't understand it, it kind of hurts my brain. Shout out to Prince to Amir putting the Cash App in the chat. Let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops in Cash App. Let's see who's going to be the first person to do a drop this weekend. Today. What's today? Sunday? This weekend. Sunday. I think somebody's going to drop it today. It wasn't during the show, though. Oh, that explanation sounded like I was a baby and you was trying to explain. My dude, I think that is part of the problem. That's why I be wanting people to be in here that's smart. I think part of the problem with my content is I'm constantly talking to people that they really not that smart. They playing like they joking, but they not joking. Rappers are selling 5 million albums on the first weekend. Rappers are still selling 5 million albums. Nobody is selling 5 million albums the first weekend. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying about people just saying shit that don't make no sense? This guy think that people are selling 5 million albums the first fucking weekend. We're talking about first weekend sales. Or first week sales, pardon me. We're talking about first week sales. This guy's talking about 5 million albums in 1 week. Fuck is this? He thinks this person is Michael Jackson? Has Michael Jackson ever sold 5 million albums in 1 week? Has Michael Jackson ever sold 5 million albums in 1 week?
From Nielsen SoundScan, Michael Jackson's catalog of solo albums sold a mighty 1.1 million copies in the U.S. in the tracking week that ended at the close of business on Sunday.
Okay, so the most Michael Jackson has ever did in a week is 1.1 million. And you want rappers to do 5 million. Shout out to Everett. Sometimes I don't know what to say. Are there any is there any comments that somebody could put in here that makes sense? Anybody got anything to say that makes sense that I could, go back and forth with and talk with? Anybody that sometimes I just get off because there'd be so many stupid people talking. I ain't gonna lie. When the stupid people start talking a lot and the people that make sense don't be talking, that's why I just be like, I'm just gonna get off. Nah, I'm gonna keep it in the stack with you. Troy Street says, I remember Kanye and Wayne did 1 million. 1 million? This person is talking about doing 5 million in a week. Where? I picked Michael Jackson for a reason. The hell? Yeah. So that they're still selling 5 million in total. That ain't never go nowhere. The fuck? I'm not commenting back to that person no more. I'm not. Just like that other guy don't read comments, I'm not reading your comments. You're going to have to say something extremely poignant for me to start reading your comments again. I'm not going back and forth with you. We're talking about first week album sales. This whole entire conversation has been about first week album sales. He was wrong. He's trying to change what the conversation is to make it sound like he wasn't wrong. That he was really talking about something else. He wasn't. I just made him feel stupid. Well, I mean, it should chart, right? It should chart. Or shouldn't it chart? It did. Oh, it probably is not gonna chart because it's not on playlist. That's probably why it's not gonna chart. That's what you're saying? I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. We have to see what happens. It's not on any playlist, so we're gonna have to see what happens. His fans could always just go listen to it on those different streaming networks. The song's still on the network. It's not on the playlist. That's the situation. So you can still just go listen to the fucking song. It's just never gonna randomly pop up. You understand what I'm saying? So unless you, if you know, like you have your shit on with shuffle or whatever, or you just put on a song and then it's just never randomly gonna pop up. But you can go listen to it. I'm pretty soon. That's all that means. That's all that means. Okay, you said Hov sold $1 million the first week. I don't know if he sold $1 million the first week or not. I don't really care to check. Okay. Casey said he got to NFT again and issued. We already offer that. Like, what the fuck? Casey Emmanuel says he got an NFT again and issued an apology for the other NFT because it was a partnership. Once again, okay, so I'm going to tell you what's happened to me a couple of times. I try to do a thing with some people. One of the people that's involved in the thing sabotage it on purpose because they want to make it look like I don't do good business. But in reality, I did do good business. No, I just could tell the people who don't like me when y'all walk through the door. That's all. So I was doing good business. One of the people personally lured me in with lies. This happened multiple times. That's why when I don't trust people, understand why I'm not trusting people. Like I don't know bad people sometimes, so I just gotta assume people are bad. If I don't assume people are bad, I'm gonna get used all day, every day. So what happened, and this happened multiple different times. Team Slurp, yeah, I kicked them. You understand? I told you I could see these people as soon as they come in. Anybody that come in and yelling and they're upset that I'm not reading their comments, they're Team Slurp. I'm always ready to kick those guys immediately. So people were getting into like shit with me, and then like, so we're gonna do a thing, and then not coming through on their end. So then when I pull up to the other person that I'm doing the thing with, they feel like I'm doing them dirty. They feel like I'm trying to get over on them. They feel like I'm scamming them. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not scamming nobody. Are there a couple of times that I was supposed to pull up at a place and I didn't? I got anxiety sometimes. I don't want to go outside and be outside for 7-8 hours at a time. I need to know where I'm going. I want to go to the place. And then I want to go to the place and do what I got to do, and then I want to leave. I don't want to be outside traveling around for 6 or 7 hours. I don't want to do that. I don't care to do that. So if you put me in a situation where I'm just going from one place to another place, just traveling, I don't really care to do that. If I'm driving around in a car, that's one thing. If I'm jumping on and off this transportation, that transportation, I'm taking Ubers here and there, like, I'm not going to want to do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. That's a better way to put it. We at the 79-minute mark. What do y'all want to talk about? Anything else y'all want to discuss? I'm pretty sure every single which one of these albums have more than one decent song. If y'all notice the people comments that I'm ignoring, yeah, they're generally Team Slurp. I've just been ignoring the comments for the most part. I mean, they've been successful in destroying my show to the point where it's not a viable source of income anymore. So they've been successful at that. So I mean, my computer's broke. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I had this knee brace on. And you know, like when you have the knee brace on, and then you get like got it on, and you take it off, and it got like the whelps and your skin and shit like that. What else y'all want to talk about? I don't really want to hold y'all. I don't really want to keep y'all. What else y'all want to talk about? Ah, fuck. Alright. I'm gonna give it a second and I'm gonna leave because obviously the only people I'm gonna be talking to is the people that hate me. So I'm gonna give it a second and I'm gonna leave. See what's coming. Nah, don't do anything. Nobody don't gotta do no drops. Don't do nothing. Just don't do nothing. Just they're not going nowhere. I don't care that they're here. They're not going nowhere. But if those are the only comments I'm gonna see, I'm just gonna leave. The interview with Wack and Hassan and 6ix9ine gonna be crazy. I want to see if H presses 6ix9ine new crew. Yeah, it might be interesting. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be dope. Everybody's gonna get what they want. Hope everybody's having a beautiful Sunday. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves, and I hope everybody is just acquiring the thing that they need in life. I can't do that neither. I wish you would text me stuff like that instead of just write it, so I wouldn't respond back and let the people know that shouldn't know, because it's still on me. I should have just texted to you, but now I gotta go look for it. Oh, man. So you ain't doing that wrong. Casey says, Jack, what viewpoint? Of course, after this interview, I don't know if we changed it. Jack, what was Hassan's viewpoint? I don't remember. A viewpoint on what? Hassan has varying viewpoints. I don't know what the first part of Oceanic's comment is. Or people who don't care if they get snitched on. I don't know what the first part of your comment is. I think I'm missing comments. It's like people are writing and I'm not seeing the whole comment. So whatever. Okay, here we go. How did 6ix9ine get a new crew? Must have been all rats. I have no idea. Okay, maybe now I can scroll up and see that other comment that I couldn't see. No, there was no comment there. Yeah, Chromebook is anything would suffice. I have 0 things. Fucking have 0 things. Yeah, with fuck. Zachariah Furlong, what's up? Happy Easter. The Lord has been. The Lord has was beaten and left for dead. He has risen, and Jack, you shall rise also. Casey says, like, was he similar to you where you don't think 6ix9ine is as bad as people think he's against 6ix9ine? I like, once again, I think that at this, when if you're being fair about the situation specifically, there are things that you're gonna say that you believe 6ix9ine did wrong, and there are things that you're gonna believe that he did right. If you're fair about the situation, nobody involved in this situation is absolved from all. Is absolved. Everybody involved has there's things that they've done that are questionable and might have led to other ramifications or other problems. So there's an overall conversation that could just be had in general, and it depends on if you want to allow for the person to tell their side of the story or if you want to create the narrative. Now, if you want to allow for the person to tell their side of the story, that means that you're just going to show up and say things whenever there's a conflicting report to keep that shit honest. But you're not going to try to step on the person's comment. You're not going to be. You're not going to be like, "That's a lie. That's a lie." You're just going to express what the conflicting report is. So, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be done. But nowadays, they don't interview like that nowadays. Nowadays, they interview like, if you say something, then you attack the person if you believe the person to be lying, rather than just call them out on the bullshit. Shout out to Oceanic Vibes with the $5 drop. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? He says, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Will Smith troll. Oh, Will Smith told. All the Will Smith tolls. Shout out to Oceanic Vibes. Appreciate you. I really do appreciate everyone. I got one once I figure out the password. You can have it never used. If it was never used, how does it have a password? That is dope though, but you know, so we can be clear. I'd appreciate it though. That's a fact. What else y'all want to talk about? I mean, I don't know. What else y'all want to talk about? What was y'all discussing? Yeah, so I'm not. I don't know if he's for or against. I don't have any specific. I don't know any position of his per se, but I think that everyone that's 100% against him and everyone that's 100% for him might be a little blinded. You understand what I'm saying? That might be a little bit blinded. He admitted to trying to have people killed. We are not saying he's a citizen. We are not saying he's civilian. He admitted in a conversation with Whack 100 and DJ Academics on one of the DJ Academic shows on his podcast that he tried to get some people killed and Treyway didn't come through. So for the people who want to stand there and act like, you know, he did nothing wrong and he needs to know, we're not doing that. Because by him admitting that, he also admits that he had part in, or he was party to, some of the angst and some of the injuries that was happening to the people in the community. That he's a part of that. So I get it. You want to be a gangster. I never grew up in one of those and wanted that, so I can't understand it. We just, you know, I can't understand wanting to be a gangster. I never grew up wanting to be a gangster. I've always grown up. I didn't get my dreams either, but I always grew up. I wanted to be a family man. So I didn't get my dreams either, but I really can't understand wanting to grow up to be a gangster. So I'm not going to stand here and criticize him over it. I think we do too much of that. I think too often people will criticize somebody over something that they don't fully understand. Okay, so just my opinion. Casey says, because it takes a change of mind to sit down with him. Some people are people that be like, no, I ain't gonna do anything with a rat. Sometimes people don't want to talk to you because you know shit about them. Sometimes people don't want people to listen to you because you know shit about them. Like whenever somebody is saying yelling from the top of the mountain, trying to make sure that people can't hear something that you're saying, think about it. It's usually because you're about to say something that's the truth, right? And they don't want you to say it. They don't want nobody to hear it, right? Isn't that usually why people yell over the top of other people while they're talking? So I don't know. These are the things that I use whenever I'm dealing with people, for me to know who I'm like to have a little understanding, because I don't really understand certain things. So for me to have a kind of understanding, I have to pay attention to behavior and mannerisms. So when I see somebody trying to yell and overtalk somebody, I don't trust them. When I see somebody say, "Why are you yelling?" while they're yelling, I don't trust them. Like, let's say I'm in a conversation and me and somebody is having a heated conversation. We going back and forth and we're both talking loud. And if that person says, "Why are you yelling to me?" I don't trust them. We're both yelling. They should be saying, "Let's just keep our voices down. Let's calm down. Hold on. We're both getting out of control over here." You know, that would be integrity, right? But when you say, "Why are you yelling?" so anybody watching makes it looks like you've been yelling all by yourself and they're the savior, that just, to me, that seems like that's not honest. It seems dishonest. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just think that seems dishonest. Which I want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody, just have a beautiful day. It's a nice Sunday. Go out there and enjoy it with your family, your friends. I'm not reacting to anything. I can't, or I don't have no way of putting no clip up on the screen or anything. All I have is, if I could do it with 2 phones maybe, but I don't have nothing. All of my equipment, everything is broke. I don't have nothing. Everything is outdated and broke. I don't have nothing. I'll probably never have anything ever again. So this is what I have right now until this breaks, and then this is gone. So it is what it is. With that being said, everybody, just go have a beautiful day. Go do something positive with your time, with your energy. Go try to be an asset. Go try to be helpful. Just go try to be a good person. I don't know how to be a good person. I don't have the slightest idea. I think I do, but obviously I'm wrong. So I have no idea how to be a good person. So just go out there and try to figure out how to be a good person, and then try to be a good person. I can't give you any tips on it. I wish I could, but apparently every single thing I do is wrong and bad. So I can't give you any tips. So go find somebody, I guess, of high integrity, high value, high moral, and have some conversations with them, have some discussions with them. I guess I could tell you, I would suffer that nobody does anything that I do. If you ever see me do anything, I would suffer you don't do it. I want y'all to have nice, happy lives. So whatever you ever see me do, don't do that. Do the opposite. I don't want nobody to live like this. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bongs. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. That's all I got on this one.